Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are on episode 5 of the travel journal finish up series. And I don't know about you, but I am a little bit burnt out with finishing this travel journal. There have been a lot of spreads that have been created and I am still not done. I think I'm spending too much time on each spread and trying to make it look distinct and have a lot of tip-ins and fun elements because I want it to be a fun experience to revisit this journal, but at the same time, it's adding a lot of pressure to myself to make this like the best travel journal I've made, which is, unnecessary stress on myself. And, this should be a fun task because it's documenting fun memories. But I think at this point, I just need to power through it and just like get her done because I am like 5 episodes in and I'm still, I guess I'm like a little bit over halfway this travel journal. Like I'm pretty much done the first leg of the trip, but there's still a lot more to do, but that's all right. We'll power through it, we'll do it together. And I'm still liking the sharing process, so like creating videos regarding this travel journal series because I think it's really relatable. I think a lot of us start these travel journals and we get so caught up with trying to make it look perfect, but at the same time we just want to get it done. And I still have a travel journal from like 2014 that I'm still not done. I still have clippings and all these bus tickets from my final days in Korea that I still hold on because I know I'm going to create a travel journal for that. But I know in the depths of my heart that I probably will not create a travel journal for that and hoard those things forever. But I've kind of made peace with that. But at the same time, I want to show you that it is possible to finish this travel journal, so I'm still creating these videos. A lot of people have said that they feel the same way about travel journals and how they are excited about it in the first part of it and like setting it up and getting started, but you lose steam. And that's just life. I think with a lot of activities that involve tons of dedication, I think there will be some sort of honeymoon phase, and then it will kind of wean off towards the end. But that's all right because as long as you persevere through it and you finish it in whatever time frame that you've set for yourself, that's great. And today we are working on a spread for my day trip to Niagara Falls. And I have a really funny story about how I got to Niagara Falls because I am quite thrifty when I travel, because I want to, maximize my dollars or my currency for experiences and trying new food. So for stuff like transportation, I try to find like the cheapest way to get to places. And sometimes I'll take like a taxi or Uber, to treat myself. But for this day trip, for the Niagara Falls day trip, I decided I would find a cheap way to get there. And the cheapest way that I found was going through these it sounds ridiculous, so brace yourselves. I took a casino bus from downtown Toronto to Niagara Falls. So basically there are these casinos apparently in Niagara Falls, and they want people to come to their casino. So they have these free shuttle buses that transport people from downtown Toronto to Niagara Falls, which is a pretty long bus ride. It's a 2-hour drive. But if you are a member of that casino, you get to go for free. And so my friend Riza, who lives in Toronto, she's a Toronto native, she told me about this, and I thought, why don't I just do this? So I went to the nearest pickup zone. I scheduled like a seat for myself early in the morning, got on, and I did have to pay a fee because I was not a member of this casino. But they said that I could pay $15 and that would be the cost of the one-way trip there. And they said that if I signed up for a membership, which was free, I would be able to return back to downtown Toronto for free. So I did that. It felt kind of weird because I'm not a gambler at all. I don't think I ever actually did any gambling before, actually. No, that's a lie. I bought a lotto ticket, but that's a different form of gambling. But I digress. So I did that to get to to the Niagara Falls, and I highly recommend it if you're only, there for a few days, or you just want to do a day trip and you already have accommodations there. I would totally go for it because it is cheap. You just need to be, of legal gambling age. But yeah, it was a great hack, and it's still a weird story, but I highly recommend it. Because it was cheap. But I did some journaling. Sorry, I should probably tell you what's happening on the screen. So I put a quick and thin layer of gouache on the other side of the spread, and then I did a little bit of journaling and brush lettering on that tiny little tip and flap. And I wanted to use this postcard that I purchased at Niagara Falls. I did want to print out a photo that I took myself, but my personal pocket printer was still out of battery, so I just used this postcard, and I wanted some kind of cool background for this postcard, so I wanted to create like some sort of wave texture, but I didn't know how to do that, so I just went and used the running motif throughout my travel journal, and it is this kind of wavy line work type style that I've been doing a lot recently, and I just did that all throughout the perimeters of the page, and I think it looks really cool. I left the center part blank, obviously, because it was going to get covered by my photo eventually, so I saved some time on that. And then I folded over that little brush lettering and journaling tip in to reveal that awesome printed origami paper that I had. And I think it was nice because it added some, texture and pattern to this spread, and it kind of complements the blue checkerboard and the blue gouache that I put down on the left hand side of the spread. And now I'm adding some washi tapes to the right hand side of the spread. I use this classic-y washi tape with the blue grid lines, and then I use another classic-y washi tape with the brown collage elements, and I think it looks great. I think blue and brown look amazing together. It's just one of those combinations that I love. Maybe it's because I had this blanket when I was younger that was blue and brown, and ever since then I thought that color combo just looked really neat and earthy at the same time. I'm also using these circle stickers that I purchased from Wonder Pens, and they are from the Classic-y brand. And that same day I had Korean food with my friend Riza that I mentioned earlier, and it was really cool because Riza and I actually used to live together. Well, not live together, but we both lived in Korea at the same time. So we were both teaching in Korea for 2 years, and we both returned back to our hometowns, we returned back to Canada after those 2 years. But we still keep in touch, and she's a dear friend of mine, and I still miss hanging out with her. So it was really nice connecting with her. She was my main kind of contact throughout my trip in Toronto, and it was really nice just to hang out again. It felt like the good old times living in Korea. I also kind of stopped journaling on that spread, and I just basically kept on moving forward because I wanted again to maximize all of my time journaling in this travel journal, because I wanted to move quicker and faster, because as I've stated earlier, I've been spending way too much time on this journal, and I kind of just want to move along. So I am using this awesome printed paper bag. It said Grazie on it because my friend Riza, who I was just talking about earlier, actually visited Italy, I think in June or July, or maybe earlier, but she got me this cool souvenir, and there was a notebook that she gave me, and the notebook was wrapped with this bag. And it's such a cool print. It's very geometric, but also a little bit wonky, which I love because, I love a good wonky line. I also pulled this random black and white photo. I'm pretty sure it's of a person from Confederation or some important figure in Canadian history, which I definitely should know, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And I just glued him down there because I just wanted to add some texture to the spread. I know I didn't do anything related to like Parliament or anything related to like Canadian history that day, but I think travel journals, you can use all of the ephemera that you have, and I think it doesn't matter if I used some ephemera from earlier on in the trip and use it in a different spread and in a different context, so I think that's all right. Also, I went back to the other spread and added a location marker, and I think I added the word nome because that's where we had lunch. No, that's where we had dinner, and that's when we had bakashak with Riza and her friends, which was great. But I think I'm just rambling now. But yeah, this is pretty much what I've completed so far. I think we worked on 3 spreads, or at least completed 1 full spread, and no, we completed 2 spreads, and we completed half a spread at least. So 2.5 spreads were completed in this video, which is great. But stay tuned for the next video where I continue journaling and finishing up this travel journal. And let me know what you want me to, talk about in the next journaling video, because sometimes I feel like I overshare a lot of these stories. Let me know if you want me to focus on what's happening on the screen, or if you like hearing those tiny and fun stories that have happened over my travels. Okay, enough rambling. I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.